Hello YouTube, welcome back to the secret underground bunker location. I'm your host Cav Trooper Munoz, and today we are continuing with our Beretta 92S and the Wilson Combat Spring Pack. As part of the Wilson Combat Spring Pack, you do receive a firing pin spring and an extractor spring. So I have taken both of those pieces out. And probably I'll redo the removal of the safety and firing pin on camera as much as I can, because it's a little bit different than the other Beretta models, and it's not quite as complicated, but if you're not familiar with the components, it can be tricky, and you have to do the removal in a sequence of events. Okay, so I put this back together so you can more clearly see what we're talking about. On this side, there's a that plunger pin that you have to get, and then in the back is the disconnect. So that has to be pushed in as you're pulling the safety out. Now what has to happen is you have to rotate this safety upwards, and to do that you'll have to depress this plunger while rotating up, and you'll catch the lip of that plunger, and that will keep it down. And the second step then will be to put your punch on the piece here, which I had forgotten the name of, and you'll have to push that in until you can rotate the safety upward, and then you'll have to pull the assembly out. And watch out, this plunger will take off on you, and the firing pin will shoot out the back if you're not careful. Okay, hopefully you can get in there and you can see that plunger, the safety notch is caught on the lip of that plunger, so that'll keep it down. And now I'm going to push on the rear part, which I believe is called the disconnect, but I'm not exactly sure. So I'll push that and rotate the safety in an upwards motion, and that should be able to allow me to extract my safety. And now you can see that the disconnect is up in into the slide assembly. I have rotated it up. You just push on this side, pull it out from the left, and that should be good. Okay, and now that all that is out, you'll want to give everything a thorough cleaning. And make sure, I'm sure there's some Italian lint still stuck in there, so you want to get all that out from inside the firing pin recess in the slide. Give the slide a thorough cleaning, and then go ahead, and the reverse process is pretty easy. The plunger only goes in one way. The disconnect only goes in one way, so it's relatively easy. And there's our Wilson Combat firing pin spring. Oh, and one thing to mention, there is a indent on the firing pin. So what that does is it allows it to clear the extractor roll pin. So make sure that you're putting the when you put the firing pin in, that the notch is on the right hand side as you look down the slide. As you look down the slide on the right hand side, you'll see that there's a indent in the firing pin, and this roll pin will go past that and into the slide itself. So keep that in mind. And then you'll be done with two of these springs from the Wilson Combat kit.